Do you guys know what HEART stands for?
Hunger,
education, awareness, and resource training.
And resource training. Nice. Yeah, the A is just and. Kind of lame, but the article works. Well, HEART was founded around 1980. A couple professors from the university you guys sort of drove through, Warner University, the founder for Food for the Hungry, and then some students from Warner founded this place. Because most of the students and the professors, they had a background in like missions or community development, and generally when you study those things, a lot of it is like theory, so you're reading books and you're writing papers on it, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now I'm just going to go do it. And you're very unprepared, usually like physically, with like practical skills. So that's why HEART was founded, so that people weren't going to communities both in the United States and around the world unprepared, both culturally, as far as skills are concerned, being able to adapt to the culture shock, things like that. So yeah, it started with Amani, was one of the first structures where the dudes are staying. It's since been rebuilt in this like sort of. All of these huts used to be on stilts, which, man, I think would be just so sweet, dog. Like I wish it was still like that, but more people wanted to come out here, so we filled in the bottoms, and now you can come on both floors. Yeah. So 1980, boom. Fast forward like 4 years, and then they had the first official class. And we still are having like the similar classes every year. So we have 4 different academic programs for individuals anywhere from 17 to like 70. We've had people in the whole like age range. You have to be post high school, and then it doesn't really matter how old you are. Not very many 75-year-olds want to come out, but maybe a 70-year-old would. We have 3-week courses in January and May. And then we have 3-month courses in spring and fall. So right now we have a class here. There's 6 students. It's kind of a small class already. In the spring, I think we have like 20 people coming, which is sort of a normal, good size for this type of environment. You guys are like a good size group even for MAP groups. Yeah, so they stay here for the 3 months. The first month they don't have any access to like electricity, running water. They can't use their cell phones to call home. They can only write letters. And so that's how they communicate and live for the first month. And the second month, they get all those things back. And they continue taking classes. They take classes in sustainable agriculture, nutrition and food technologies, appropriate technologies. You guys are going to get some interaction with that. And animal husbandry, so we got like goats, chickens, rabbits, tilapia, ducks. Primary health, cross-cultural communication, spiritual development. So a whole array of classes. And in the 3rd month, when the semester students are here, they like take over the village. So they decide on their own form of government, who's going to be in charge of what. And they're in charge like all the gardens, all the animals, cooking food, everything. So throughout their course, they sort of get an idea of what it's like to live and also take care of a sustainable community. And then we also have these programs, which you guys are a part of, called MAVs. You guys know what MAV stands for?
Mission Awareness Venture.
Nice. Jeez, everyone, come on. Matt's killing you right here. Way to go, Matt.
We're used to it.
I feel like I should like give you something. Yes, so that's y'all. And Mission Awareness Venture can be anywhere from like people in like the 6th grade age all the way up to like adults. We have like lots of adult groups. If they're getting ready to go on like a short-term or long-term missions program, they'll come here. And maybe, you know, they don't have time in their schedule, or it just doesn't work out for them to be part of like our official academic programs. I will create an experience for them based on their age, some of the stuff they're interested in, where they're going, and then HEART brings them and we help educate them as much as possible, give them exposure to an underdeveloped world setting. And I think what's awesome about you guys being here is, first of all, not a lot of people in the United States, maybe your age, would want to do something like this. Mr. Dave and I were talking about this. Like, we're all kind of used to like our iPhone 5s or 4S, and you probably have 4S. Maybe even you just have a normal cell phone. I don't know. You know, we're used to our comfortable beds, our normal toilets. Most of you have probably already seen the abnormal toilets.
Yes.
We're used to getting our food from the grocery store, things like that. Well, HEART is super different. It's because millions of people, actually more so billions of people around the world, about 75% of the rest of the world lives like this. And so we are a part of a very, very small group of people. Instead of like today, like saying 3rd world country, that's okay, but things that are more popular to say, like politically correct, when you start like taking classes in intercultural studies or community development, because the majority of the world lives like maybe something like this. They're called, like if you're talking about a country, you say a majority world country, and America is now considered a minority world country. Or we're also called a developed country, and some of those other countries are called underdeveloped or developing. On Thursday, you guys are going to kind of interact with that concept in a special way, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, cool. Yeah, so H.E.A.R.T exists really to expose people of all ages to this type of lifestyle, but also to help us recognize the fact that God's people, the church, they're living like this all over the world, and we can care for them. We can remember them in prayer. That's something we do here all the time, and it's usually pretty impactful for me. But we can also take opportunities. It could be a week, it could be a couple days, it could be a couple of years, and go visit them, sit with them, be able to interact with them, help them in different ways. And also, often when people interact with church members from around the world, we also recognize how much they impact us. That's been my experience. So yeah, so H.E.A.R.T is super stoked that you guys are here. You're going to meet everybody at lunch, because we also have a school program called an internship program. I'm also the internship coordinator, and so we have 3 sweet interns. One of them is over there. Her name is Beck. She's a nutrition and food technologies intern. So all the interns have been students here for at least 3 weeks, most of them 3 months. And then they come back and they study in like a specific area. So she's studying specifically nutrition and food technologies. We have interns studying in sustainable agriculture or animal husbandry, things like that. So you guys are going to meet them, and they're going to be a lot of the people who are going to speak to you during our labs and learning activities and stuff. And they'll hang out with us at night around the fire, you know, play some tunes. So that's H.E.A.R.T. You guys kind of understand what H.E.A.R.T is. So safety first means you're always walking around here in like these white sand trails and stuff like that. Yes. If you're ever going to go anywhere, we have a 3 together rule. It's not like, I need to go to the restroom, so I'm going to grab Serenity and Fiona and Sam, and we're going to go to the restroom together. Like, you don't have to do that. But if you guys, like, we really want to go hang out with the goats, they're awesome. Second of all, they're just great. So you're going to want to grab some people, and you're also going to want to tell a leader, okay? So those are kind of things I'm talking about. If you're going to go do something crazy, like, dudes, we're going to go hunt some, you know, armadillo, like, you're going to need me with you to do that. You can't just go gallivanting through the forest by yourself, okay?
Searching for slumber.
So yes, 3 together rule. We have another rule that's called no purpling. If you guys ever gonna camp or anything like that, guys are blue, girls are pink. When they're together, it makes the color purple. Okay. Yeah. So in order for y'all to just have like the best experience possible, we don't want anybody's experience to be like jaded by bad interaction, you know, with a guy or girl, that kind of thing. No purpling means like no like guy and girl going off by themselves, and obviously. It's not like we have like makeout patrol like on top of like the buildings, like oh my gosh, I see what's going on, you know. But we're gonna like kind of be like aware, you know. And so honestly, like the 3 of us, the other interns and staff members here can only be like so aware. Y'all are gonna have to keep each other accountable too, you know. It's gonna be like, Matt, you're a stud, but you know, just hang out with the guys right now, right? Stuff like that.
Well, okay.
So yeah, no purpling. It's just like general rule. Part of safety is making sure you're always hydrated. We're going to be outside a lot, which means drink a lot of water. Does everybody have a water bottle? What we'll do is like we'll just like decide. I guess we can number you off or whatever, and then that's going to be your team for the rest of the week. Okay, so whether you're milking a goat, or you're planting seeds, or you're doing dishes, that's going to be your homies. So when you first see the schedule, it's sort of a habit. Like I like to schedule like everything, like every amount of time. But don't be overwhelmed because there are amounts of time on there for just relaxing. And that's purposeful. I know you're only here for 4 days, but you're gonna be like intaking a lot of information and you're gonna be doing a lot. And sometimes it's just sort of fun to hang out and like do a pickup game of basketball, you know, or just chill on the hammocks in Hammock City or stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's also reality of living in another country. It was like I feel like I'm really good at like I love people and hanging out and just being, but coming from our type of culture where it's just sort of like it's like in our head, the expectation is I need to be doing something, I need to be, you know, accomplishing something. We just want to keep busy. Unless we're like watching TV, then that's kind of like doing something too, I guess. It's sort of part of the program, like getting you used to even a different way of life as far as spending time with one another around a campfire, or maybe like 15 minutes before lunch, or maybe 30 minutes after lunch. That's okay. Don't freak out. We have something scheduled at 2, you know, and you'll be busy for the next 2.5 hours kind of thing. And you'll have a little break and you'll be busy for another 1.5 hours. So breaks are in there. Take advantage of them. Hang out. Don't get into like trouble or anything. Unless I'm with you, then it's totally cool. And yeah, and just enjoy your time. It's going to go by really fast.
Video from her.